During Advent, we come together as a congregation to await the coming of Christ into the world. It is a special time in our liturgical year. It is an active, hopeful time of preparation due to the gratitude we feel for the gift of the Incarnation, for the miracle that our triune God chose to even consider wanting to be with us in flesh. The season of Advent gives us the chance to be watchful, to prepare, to celebrate, and to once again know of the promise of that which is to come. We are to watch, to be alert at all times and in all places. Thanks to Jack Guzman for sharing an important announcement last week that Kennedy has her first high school tournament basketball game on last Monday. We can all be fans of the Birmingham Charter High School Frosh girls team. This high school is right up the street on Balboa. Just north of Birmingham Charter High School is Daniel Pearl Magnet High School. Kennedy is in that journalism and communication magnet, which in this case flows into Birmingham High for opportunities to shine. Two of our neighbors, one of our own. Prior to the games, the team immediately goes into warm-ups. Agility, movement going back and forth, sharing the ball by passing to teammates, and finally, lastly, working, trying to have the ball go into and through the hoop and net. They know what they are doing, even though these are the first games in the fall-winter season. With time, the audience will see the team coming together, working more and more closely as the successful attempts will add up. Always keep in mind that there were many, many times when the ball went askew. We do not in any part of our life come together easily without work from the entire body or community, as in this case, the Patriot Frosh girls basketball team. Each of these players has to remain alert and awake. Their world moves so quickly. They must react and use the strength that they have been honing to work together. And they must be prepared to fail and learn from their efforts, as well as enjoy games of victory. Our scriptures today deal with waiting, working, and with staying alert in the process. In Psalm 122, we find a Psalm of Zion founded in the pilgrimage experience. In our world, many people, perhaps some of you, have gone on pilgrimages. People take the time, consider the location, and have a spiritual encounter with place and history to arrive at a holy destination. In northern Greece, there is a region known for tiny stone villages and high mountains. For hundreds and hundreds of years, people in the Zagori Mountains have traveled over footpaths and stone bridges to get to be with others or go to church. They have traveled to arrive at the place they desire, with shrines along the way. In Japan, there is a UNESCO World Heritage Kumano-Kudo, which is a collective of trails across the mountains of Japan's Kai Peninsula, all of which end at Kumano, a sacred Shinto site, home to the Kumano Sanzan shrines. Last night, we celebrated an arrival into adulthood. Camila had her quinceañera, her full of music, brightly colored lights, lanterns, a photo booth, food, and most importantly, 100 people who know how to support her on this, her special day, on her 15th birthday. When the Imam Suhail spoke at our interfaith service a week ago, we learned more about Islam. One of their tenets is to make a pilgrimage to Mecca once in their lifetime. That is why Reciter Ibrahim faced east when he offered the call to prayer at the beginning of our service. They think of the importance of that part of their religious history and must, if physically and fiscally possible, go there. In our psalm, we find words of a people agreeing to go on a journey, a pilgrimage experience. By walking into Jerusalem, they are making a strongly demarcated crossing into this walled city, which is joined fast and fortified. They are hoping for peace, for shalom, for judgment, righteousness, and good deeds, which will be offered in that location. They may go there during a festival, and they are doing it together. They too have made a vow and need a community's help to keep it. The writer of Isaiah depicts the image of the Lord's house will be all the nations and many peoples streaming towards it. Another example of a pilgrimage, with their outcome being one of learning the Torah, the law. They will learn how to get rid of weapons and war, how to be with the mediator and arbitrator, and finally how to walk in the light of the Lord. Israel has a blessing to share with the world, and that instruction is vital. This community knew and heard that the wilderness is ready for reformation of a reunited people. Just as we work to be change agents in this place, so they knew that a new reality was called forth and mandated. In Matthew, we are told again to be alert, be ready. Use the instructions that people of faith have been given. Hope for foresight instead of hindsight, one so difficult and the other relatively easy. This is a warning passage using a story of creation, that of Noah and the ark, as a help toward understanding. Life moves along as portrayed by the writer, and suddenly there is a flood. We are told that being alert is not enough by itself. There is a responsibility to attend to that which relates to our ability to create a portion of heaven on earth. We are to practice deeds of love and mercy. This action corresponds to the nature of that which is to come. Those of us who have the great fortune to have had people leading us forward in our faith, to have even more responsibility to share this part of our foundation with others. We are to have open eyes to what is to come and do something about it. There is a duality listed here, those who are wise and those who are not, those who hear and those who cannot understand, those who prepare and those who let the harvest go to ruin. This parable is a warning, for those whom God loves. Take heed and be ready. Work on your mission actively, not waiting for some time in the future of apocalyptic speculation. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the peace in our world. Pray for the work and joy that our congregation will expend to those we baptize. We who agree to help raise ones in the faith have exertion to share. Our labor will be different. Each of us has various gifts to offer to Clark. We may be parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, or a godmother. We may be his teachers, his friend, offer him a chance to play in the chime choir in a few quick years, or share a meal at the end of messy church worship service. It may be that you, like Jack and Kennedy today, want to share a few goodies for the social time following worship when we can get to know Emily, Gordon, and Clark better. This is a joyful task for all, and in the fulfilling of our vows, we must stay alert. In the posture of an active stance, we will learn. You will learn from Clark, from the Frosh High School team, from the curriculum you teach from a quinceañeros, from the children who lead us towards the path of peace. You will learn from this season of Advent the spiritual practices of waiting, watching, preparing, and promising.